Hi, everybody. Welcome to Star Citizen Live, Gangs of Pyro Concepts. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. Is the echo still on? No, it's just the room is just exceptionally echoey today. Hi. I just did the intro. Star Citizen Live Gamedev. It's Friday, August 27th, 2021, and on this week's show, we're going to hang out with the yin to my yang, the Barney to my Fred, the milk to
jelly
my cookies.
to my sandwich.
Yeah, all right. Mr.
Hot
Jeremiah Lee.
Hello.
How you doing,
Wait,
Jeremiah?
I should look at the camera. Dude, I'm so tired right now, bro.
It's been a long
God.
week. It's been a long week.
It's been a very long week, as it has been.
If you've never seen Star Citizen Live before, it's where we take about an hour at the end of our week and we hang out with our developers. Sometimes we answer some questions, sometimes we explore a game feature, and sometimes we explore process. We dive into how they work as opposed to what they work on and showcase a little bit about their day-to-day lives. Now, several months ago now, time is an illusion, we had the narrative team on for one of these, and we created a brand new gang for the Pyro system called the Fire Rats. And unlike some of the things we've created on this show, like crotch spiders, or just the crotch spider, really, this one's actually going into game. So the Fire Rats are actually moving forward into being added to the Pyro system, the upcoming Pyro system for the persistent universe. And so now we're coming back with our own assistant art director. Is assistant art director or associate art director?
Which one is associate?
Associate art
Same
director,
thing.
Mr. Yeah. It's the number 2 guy of the entire character team. It's not mince words here. We are going to create a concept for a potential Fire Rat gang member. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. And then at some point, we gave the Zoom link to Dave Haddock, and he might be joining us at some point randomly. We'll see if that happens. Dave, if you're watching, Jeremiah and I are running on E, so if you want to jump in and help us out, that'd be good. All right, so let's go ahead and start your screen share. As usual, it looks like you have a mood board up.
Yes, I do.
So for those people who have never seen one of these before, tell us what the function of a mood board is.
I say this every stream. Never start a concept without a mood board, some point of reference, especially if you're trying to do, actually, no matter what genre, it could be from cartoony. A lot of people, they respond to a lot of visual designs when there is when they can relate to something, right? So the best point of reference is something from real life. So I try not to bring anything from anything too fantasy-like, even if it's like cosplay work, they still build the thing. And also this is like for I think this is from a TV show or something, but this is something that's actually physically
I think that's
built.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Is that? It?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's got the
I
arrow thing. That's
Yeah.
what, I've never seen it.
Yeah, but from the Fire Rats, the thing that I gathered from it, and we've also done some preliminary works too on the side. Excuse me. Was actually that the Fire Rats, they're very actually kind of cultish. They worship the sun.
Yeah, actually, I have a brief from Will Weissbaum. Why don't I go ahead and read
Oh yeah,
that
why
one?
don't you go over
Now,
that?
this isn't the full thing. We there are some secrets about the Fire Rats we want players to discover in the persistent universe, so we're not going to share everything with it right now. But from the brief specifically approved by Will Weissbaum, the Fire Rats are a roving band of shipjackers who have been grappling for control of Ruin Station for years. Folks may know Ruin Station is one of the principal locations of the Pyro system. They started as a group of survivors who found themselves stranded on Pyro 3 and had to cobble together a life for themselves. Slowly over time, exposed to the solar flares of Pyro's sun, you might be familiar with the Dying Star map from Arena Command. It's based on Pyro's center star there. They began to believe in the purification of flame. Members are exposed to the power of the flare themselves and have burns from it. Their modus operandi is attacking ships that have been hit by solar flares. So I don't know if that means that they just wait and like if you haven't been hit by a flare, you get to go by freely or whatever. I don't know, but we'll that's a question for the game design team. We'll figure that out.
So,
Right, so-
cool, yeah. So like from what I gathered from that brief and some other conversations I've had with Dave and Will, was it's pretty cultish behavior, and also they're shipjackers, so they're very flary when it comes to like they like to show off kind of the
Flary.
they're how would you say they're very loud when it comes to
Very
their
bright.
visual cues. What?
Very bright, very
Bright.
flary.
Right. Yes.
The
It's
fire
those-
puns.
Yes, they're hot and spicy. No, anyways, so I've gathered some references here. Because they are a gang, I brought in like the typical like biker gang, which is always a good reference because they do show a sign of uniformity. Is that a real word? I just made it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. And
All
also
words are
like
made up.
yeah, and also in Pyro, they're more of a frontier type of style. So that's more of the wanderer. So there's a little bit of like cowboyish type of style. A lot of like post-apocalyptic style. I'm not going to delve too deep into this craziness of like super steampunky and rags. I'm not going to. And here I was looking at little details like the helmet's pretty cool. There's little bits of gizmos, like bibs and bobs here. And there was something about this look overall that was very enticing to me, but I'm not going to do the rags because that's not what the fire rats are about. There's elements here that I think is really cool, and also I I had much more of these, but I thought
burn
it's
stuff?
probably not safe to show live on camera. So like actually, when I do a lot of these like burns or stuff like that, the references I get are quite explicit, but I found some that was probably safer on stream so that people don't get too squeamish. But I will be doing some possible burns that they inflict on themselves to show like loyalty to the sun and then the flares. I also brought in some references on like some Native American war paint and a little bit of like I think this was from Vikings, some like what we call it, like Scandinavian or like Celtic war paint here. And I thought it might be really cool if they didn't just burn themselves like just randomly, but if they tried to be very maybe artistic with their burns and
Like a
stuff,
brand.
try to have control burn, which might be very interesting. Let's see, what else did I bring in here? I think that's majorly. I think that's what it is majorly. And also, I brought in some of these. So, like, actually, concept artist Michael Wakely did some research, and there is a way to do a lot of control burn on the metals, where it doesn't actually affect the integrity of the material itself, but it just changes the hue. So, I thought that might be a very good way of having them. The fire rats, they might burn pieces of their armor, so you get that really pretty color on their armor, which might be really cool. And also got some just like just destroyed, just overly melted, and got these cool patterns and stuff. So I try to get it like I'm not going to use all these probably, sometimes.
Mood boards for inspiration. It's the thing. It's
Exactly.
for things while you're working. It's to see what grabs you while you're working.
Right. And also, I know I have a couple faces here, but I found like the best references I could possibly find, and so these were some of the references that I got, and I think we'll.
Where the hell did you get
Yeah, so
those?
it's like, I feel like this face in general really encapsulates the fire rat's personality, when they go to sleep and like when they're about to fight, and when they lose the fight and right before they turn around. So I thought that these were, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these, but this is really for like my emotional and mental, support. Just, keeps me in the mood for fire rats. So yeah, these are the references that I'll be using for today. Let's see.
I don't even know. I mean, obviously, I expected something, but I didn't expect you to get the face scan stuff from like
Hey, dude. Hey, man.
2018.
Hey, man.
That is old.
The power of research and dedication, my man. Uh, I'm not the number 2 for no reason. You know what I mean? My resources.
Yeah,
are
you're
boundless.
definitely the number 2.
Yeah.
It's exactly how I describe you right now.
Yeah. Anyways, so I did like a quick painting. I used one of my concept artist painting as a base, and I just kind of like did an additional painting on top, so I didn't want to start from scratch. And of course, we'll be using our beautiful and wonderful Todd Pappy as our model today. But he won't look like this at the end.
Wait,
of
so
this.
you just did the other thing just to be me?
It's for inspiration, like you said.
All right.
Right? That's what you said, and I agree with you. So let's get this show on
I've
the
never
road.
seen that. I don't remember making those faces at all. They tell you to just make. They tell you to make like 300 faces, and you, mother.
I mean, if you really want me to.
No,
I could
no,
easily
no.
Just, it's not a
Dude.
problem.
Nope.
It's really not a problem. This is the power.
We're not
of
even
Photoshop.
showing it. I'm not even sharing the screen.
It's okay. I'm doing this for me. I'm
not
doing
even
this
sharing
for
the screen right
people.
now.
I'm doing this for me.
They're not seeing it. They're not seeing any of this that you're doing.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I am the captain here.
All right. Are you
Somewhat.
sure now? Am I safe to paint?
Yeah, you're safe to paint.
Okay. All right. So like okay. So let's get this started. Actually, what would be really cool is I'm gonna start. I normally do 3 options, but like I feel like you guys have seen a lot of my sketch phases already, so I'm gonna try to take this as far as I can with like the 45 minutes I have. That way, you get a little bit closer to like a more final. But Jared, it would be really cool if like give me an idea of like maybe what rank this character should be like in the gang.
Well, if you're if you're going to use Pappy, I feel like it's got to be someone a bit higher up. Mm-hmm. Like maybe not the top dog, but like a
lieutenant,
a strong number 2. Yeah, a strong number 2. I mean, Pappy is obviously the top dog in our hearts, but
yeah.
But he's such a hands-on person. It's like when you think of the top dogs, it's like they're sitting in the back doing administrative stuff. I want this guy to be out in the field and doing stuff. So maybe like a colonel, maybe like the high, I don't know what the ranking structure in the fire rats are, but whatever the fire rats equivalent of a colonel is.
A gerbil.
Somebody in charge, but somebody still out in the
gerbil.
field, but in charge.
Okay. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I do like the idea of exposed skin. So I don't think I'm gonna make a spacesuit. I think I'm gonna make something that, like Todd would be wearing on the ground.
Chat just had a good idea. Fire marshal.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fire marshal.
That's a good one. I think I'm gonna play with a little bit of asymmetry here because they have a lot of this stuff will be because they're shipjackers. They're salvagers pretty much, so they pretty much rob, pillage, and find what works. Mm-hmm. And they use that and they either apply it to what they're wearing or what they ride and stuff. So I think I'll do that. And also I do like this whole mask type of thing. So I think I'm unfortunately going to cover up his face. There's something about like actually giving them masks and then like showing exposed skin, which is actually kind of like counterintuitive, but there's something very like almost fanatic about that.
Right.
So I think I'll play with that narrative here for Todd here.
Yeah, I feel like with all of the fire, with the dying star and the brightness and stuff, I feel like goggles are probably going to be a pretty obvious call out here.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use his glasses as a base for goggles. And I think I can play with his hair even more because this haircut is a little too tame. But let's do a little bit of the torso. So he'll need.
Yeah, you're wearing a beanie. My hair is absolutely not tame right now.
Dude, my hair. I haven't cut my hair in like 2 months, dude. Like I need a haircut.
I haven't cut my hair since I shaved my head in October. So
That's right. That's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah, this is never cut hair right now. Which is why it looks like the end of a mop.
Okay. Wondering if I should give him. I kind of like this vest look actually. So I think what I'll do is kind of do the undersuit type of thing idea, but then he's gonna be wearing clothing underneath. So I'm going to. And should we give him? Okay, so we have a couple options here. We can go creative and give him like a mohawk. We could do that. Or we can give him kind of like the shaggy, long, kind of like almost frazzle type of hair. Still thinking about it.
I kind of wonder, with all the exposure to fire and everything, would they have much in the way of hair? Would it be bald and scarred, or maybe like half, like maybe like one of those Fifth Element style where they got like the long hair on one side and then the side cut is burned or something where the hair doesn't grow.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, it can be on the side that we're not seeing, or whatever, or whatever. But like one side of the hair. One side of the head is burned and can't grow hair. It's also a great place to put a scar, one of the burn scars, and then so the hair grows long over to the other side.
I think we can play with that idea. Make a new layer, so not so destructive.
Should members of the gang all have bleached out hair from the sun exposure? That's a good question. Then again, we are. I wonder if they're vain enough that they would still color their hair.
I just turned Todd Pappy into Skrillex. That's what I did.
Oh my gosh.
Big rig. Yeah. Todd Rillix.
Paprilix.
There we go. I don't know. I'm not too crazy about the hair right now, but I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I don't think it's really doing us actually a lot of favors. Just visually.
Yeah.
I think can just go the more.
Yeah.
Actually, I think what I'll do. We're just destroying Todd's pretty image. I think we can go this approach and maybe, like, let's take it. Oh yeah. I think what I'll do is. Yeah. Maybe he's got like his hair. It's kind of like what do you call it? It's
almost got a mullet.
Weird, yeah, like a mullet, but then like I kind of want the ends where, it's like dreads where it's kind of tied up. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be really. Okay, yeah, that's way much more interesting now. Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool. And I want to get rid of this glasses look, so I think I'll actually.
Can I cover up his eyes? Covering up Pappy's eyes.
Okay. It's okay.
In the actual character model, they'll pierce through the goggles.
Yes, they would. But for now, large shapes. Okay, so I do like the idea of this asymmetry thing. And let's see. do like the idea of. Let's actually fill this up.
His eyes are too powerful. They must remain hidden. They're a secret weapon.
I mean, Todd's eyes are gorgeous.
I've told the story before. I legitimately got lost in his eyes the very first
Yeah.
interview I did with him on SCL.
Yeah.
He stopped talking, and there was just this moment of silence. And I'm like, oh, he stopped talking. I was just...
I think he has actually one of the prettiest eyes I've seen in my life. 100%.
He's got two of them, actually.
Yeah. Oh. It's good to know. It's nice to have. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What other things would they need? They are quite loud, so I think what I'll do is, I'm gonna want to try to break the silhouette a bit, so it's not just like a human figure. So I think having, let's actually have, yeah.
Question, what's the art guy's name again? Number 2.
Yes.
No, the art guy's name. Let me put him back on screen here so you can see him. The art guy's name, that's Jeremiah. Wave to the camera, Jeremiah.
Hello.
He's working. I'm just sitting here
Drawing
being
stuffs.
peanut gallery.
Okay. I think. You know what? Actually, I think what I'll do is. I kind of like the idea. Okay, I'm going to backtrack a bit. I'm actually going to remove his clothing. Where literally the only protection he has is for like for ballistic weapons or something, where he's just exposing his
Gotcha, you're
entire
a little bit more like Mad Max exposed.
Yeah. I think it'll make him look a little bit more, a little crazy. And I'm gonna give him a big buckle, so he can have all of his fancy gear. You think what type of combat person do you think he is? Like, is he like a sharpshooter or like a shotgunner or?
What do you think, chat? Melee or ranged?
Probably I'll say melee.
Don't say melee? You don't want melee?
No, I mean no. I'm down with melee. I have a feeling because I feel like we haven't seen a lot of melee. I feel like chat will say melee.
Flamethrower is a pretty obvious one.
Flamethrower. I could go flamethrower. Are we going flamethrower?
There's still... Crossbow's kind of interesting.
Oh, crossbow's interesting too.
Bad Batch, the Star Wars series that's airing right now, just has a futuristic bow in it that's really nice. It's a laser bow. And of course, Chewbacca's famous bowcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of like converted mining laser. Yeah, it should be something like... I like the idea that it's not something that was originally a weapon.
Mm.
You know, it's something that's been converted.
Something that's been converted.
Yeah, why don't we? I like that idea. Why don't we go with like a mining laser that's been customized and amped up?
Okay. Would you like that idea?
Yeah, that way it's just the weapon itself is a survivor.
Okay.
Egg beater, too soon. Value gaming, too soon.
Okay. I think what I'll do then is I'll have to change this pose.
Yeah, somebody said they're surprised firefighting gear isn't in the mood board. It's because these guys aren't trying to protect themselves from the fire. These guys worship the fire. They welcome the burns and stuff. So, I don't think they'd go with like traditional firefighting gear. Should give him the slime packs from Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I could.
Did you ever play
I think-
Ghostbusters when you were a kid?
Play Ghostbusters or watch Ghostbusters?
Play Ghostbusters. You and your friends go out there and
Oh yes.
pretend to be
Of course.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I used to fucking. Oh my god, I already swore. How many do I get?
Well, you used it in the first 2 seconds of the show, so
Oh, I did.
you're already out.
Darn
I remember we used to make poor Billy Escobar be the slime guy, because it's like there were 4 of us. And we're like, 2 of us have to have proton packs, but 2 of us have to have, at least one of us has to have the slime pack, and it was always poor Billy Escobar. Sorry, Billy, if you're watching.
Okay. What does our mining laser tip look like? I know it's very unique. I haven't looked at our mining laser in a while.
Think something wide. Think like the Death Star, like super laser, kind of thing. So, something wide and concave that then.
Doesn't it have like the 3 prongs
Yeah,
at the end?
Yeah.
It does, right?
yeah.
Does it?
It's something that flares out wide, and then the beam comes down. But remember, this can also be a type of mining laser we haven't seen before. So, but I think it would be cool to have like the 3 prong, the 3
Yeah,
prongs, like
yeah,
3 giant
I do
fingers at the end.
Yeah. I was right.
It would look menacing.
Yeah, no, because the thing is like we could make it like something we've never seen before, but like it just makes it much more interesting when we take what's already existing and then we just tweak it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I think like the prongs, for instance, like that would be probably much more relatable. I think there's like a little thing here too. I'm not a weapons guy.
No.
No. I think what I'll do is I'll take cues from okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take cues from our Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah.
I was talking to Rich Tyrer the other day about the healing. We'll be talking about healing on ISC in not next week, but I think the week after. And,
Oh, nice.
And the healing guns and the drugs and the effects that they have on when you shoot them at a healthy person, or you shoot them at an injured person, and how they help them get going and stuff, and the malicious uses of them when you shoot them at a perfectly healthy person.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Overdose is a thing.
I'm sure there will be people out there whose weapon of choice will be no weapon at all.
Yeah. It's the best kind of gameplay.
I'm here to help you.
Or so you stink.
Yeah,
Bum,
the,
bum,
the
bum.
30th century version of Nurse Ratched. Yeah, it's in either 2 or 3 weeks. It's not next week's show. It's either the one after that or the one after that. Depends on go no-go meetings and stuff like that.
Oh, that's going to be so dope, though. I feel like all we ever talk about is Rich and Todd on these shows.
Rich and Todd are ballers.
Yeah, but how come you don't talk about me?
What would you like to talk about, you, Jeremiah?
No, I want just
You like to talk about
to talk about me. That's
So
it.
just talk
That's
about
all.
it. We went to SummerSlam.
Yeah, we
Jeremiah
did.
and I went to
Yes, we
SummerSlam
did.
this last
we did.
weekend. It was my birthday on Monday, and for some reason I decided to spend it with Jeremiah. I like the beginning and the end of my birthday week. I decided to spend both parts with Jeremiah, which should just tell you something about my mental state.
It's
but no.
A-okay.
But no, I
the right
brought
decision.
Jeremiah to his first professional wrestling pay-per-view.
Yes, he did. I was a WWF fan back in the day. And then Jared brought me back.
I will say that we set up a little vlog camera in the car, and we recorded about 6 straight hours of footage that will never ever see the light of day.
Nope.
Like, I don't even know why I recorded it. Absolutely none of it can ever go public.
There was a lot of note to future Jared.
Do not use that part.
Do not use that part.
Should it have a magazine? Because remember, it's a mining laser. It wouldn't.
No, it's not a magazine. It's not a magazine. So I'm taking parts of like the multi-tool a little bit. Some of like the just like the basic shapes of it.
I get you.
And then what I'm going to do is then now switch it up.
Dude, you just drew Wes from Mad Max 2?
Who?
A character named Wes from... That just goes to show, it's... Like, see, Jeremiah doesn't know who Wes is, and Jeremiah's never seen Mad Max 2. I can promise you that.
No.
But it's when we have similar influence. That's what often happens with these things. It's when things look similar. People, the first thing they jump at is, oh, you just saw this and rip that off. What happens most times, honestly, is that we have the same influences. The person who designed for that grew up with the same influences, the same aesthetics that we did. So we're all pulling from the same, Chris Voss and stuff like that. So you tend to see a lot of similar silhouettes and stuff come out of these things because we're all pulling from the same upbringing, as opposed to like looking at any one thing and going, oh yeah, we're just going to take that. That actually rarely happens. You only see that in like the Facebook games. Like the ads for games on Facebook. It's like, come play our game. And it's just an image completely ripped off from another game.
Well, I've seen some of those where they use like Star Citizen assets.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
Star Citizen mobile game. What?
Yeah. But I'm talking about real artists and real developers and real people in the industry. It's often when something looks familiar, it's because they're pulling from the same influences most times than not. We all grew up on Star Wars. Like it's hard to divorce Star Wars from any modern sci-fi artist. Blade Runner, stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's just hard. It's in their DNA. Every single artist. I mean, all I've done for like the last 7 years is talk to, developers and artists, and it's what you see right away is we have the same influences. It's one of the things that brings us all together on a project like Star Citizen.
Yee. Like the holiday special.
Oh yeah, I know you didn't call it a ripoff, Dretch. I was just using the opportunity to explore a topic that is important to me.
Okay. I think I'm spending too much time on this weapon for no reason.
Now, one person in the chat said, can it be a repair laser? It misused the weapon. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, we've said before, salvage is currently, in development. We showcased the early white box of the Vulture on this week's show, and you'll see a bit more about the Vulture in next week's show. Salvage is being developed right along with that, and it's basically in its simplest form. If we have to oversimplify it, it is basically the reverse of repair. It is, you fire a beam in a positive manner at a ship, and it'll repair the ship. And if you reverse the polarity, for lack of a better term, it'll strip it for salvage. So.
Yay, right there. Okay. I'm covering like most of his body, but it's fine. Where's... Okay, cool.
It remains to be seen if two different people fire a repair and salvage beam at the same spot. I expect our backers will find that out for us.
now to ease. Okay, let's cut into his body a little bit. I like the idea that he's got some sort of tech here as well.
We could talk about Ian and how he didn't know what 7-layer dip was.
7-layer dip?
Yeah. We had Ian on the show a couple weeks ago, and he didn't know what 7-layer dip was.
What's a 7-layer dip? Wait, no. You taught me this.
I taught you this? I taught you what a 7-layer dip was?
Yeah, well, on our drive. I asked it. Wait, I forgot. You did bring it up, though. What's a 7-layer dip? I don't know what it is. Don't hate me, Jared.
No, it's a. I don't even eat 7-layer dip, but I know what it is. It's like, imagine like. Can you picture a lasagna?
Yeah.
Okay, in a rectangular glass kind of thing that you pull out of the oven.
Uh-huh.
Imagine the same kind of thing, but instead of the traditional layers of lasagna, it's 7 layers of things that you would dip a chip into: sour cream, guacamole, olives.
Well, that sounds amazing, actually. Why don't we have one of those?
Oh, I got a missed call from Tyler. Hold on. Tyler Wicken has sent me a message. He says, "Hey, jerk, we sent you that shirt, and you're hiding it." Here. This is our Ports of Stanton shirt. It's available now on the robertspaceindustries.com website. It's made of 100% cotton. I don't quote me on that. Actually, I'm just feeling it. It feels like it's 100% cotton. It's very nice. It is a little snug, though. So if you tend to be a little huskier like me, order big. But it is very nice, and thank you to the social media team and the merchandise team for sending me one and forcing me to wear it on the show.
I feel like I really like this mask over here. I think I'll...
Vulcan says, "I think Jared got chubbier." Yeah. But thanks for pointing it out.
Yeah. No, Jared's has got more character now.
You got a lot more character. I feel like, yeah, you need more like snub-nosed kind of thing. You don't want it to look like a beak, because especially with the spiky hair, it'll start to look bird-like. And we already got those. Can't believe it's like you get a fine-looking human being like Todd Pappy, and then you just cover his entire face.
Yeah, for the fire rats.
It's like when they got Idris Elba for that Star Trek movie, and they just covered him in Nosferatu makeup the entire movie. It's like, why did you even bother getting?
Oh, dude, I didn't even know he was
Idris
in that
Elba?
film
That's
until
my point.
afterwards.
They
Yeah.
got Idris Elba, and then they covered him in Nosferatu makeup, and then they modulated the heck out of his voice. So it's like, why did you even bother?
Yeah.
It's like, give us Idris Elba, and then take away everything that makes him Idris Elba. Hellcat5 Gaming says, "Question, Jared, can you say hi to me, please?" Possibly. Let me think about it.
I think. I'm gonna give them bell bottoms.
Yes.
'Cause why the heck not?
I'm waiting for bell bottoms to come back.
It tried to at one point. And then people were like, nah.
Well, there's a few things that don't go over well here. One of them is like cargo pants.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to get cargo pants passed in any design doesn't really go over well.
You know what? I'm going to... test something.
Now there's something. Somebody in the chat is saying the colors seem too dark for somebody who's praising the sun. Maybe there's a place for some streaks or something.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do those things last, like decals and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I try not to do that in the beginning, just because it'll mess up the foundation of what's underneath. No, I just turned into a flamethrower. No, we're gonna make it a mining laser, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you had like the 3 lasers like coming to a point and then glowing in a glowing orb, that would look more like a mining laser. You want a glowing orb instead of a flame. Yeah. Guessing the lore guys took the idea from the Sunshine movie. No, we actually developed the fire rats on this show with feedback from the community. It was just a couple... I feel like it was a couple weeks ago, but it might have actually been a couple months ago. Now, it's like I said, time is a relative construct that I'm not capable of following anymore. But it was a couple months ago we came on the show, and for everything from the name to their attitude to the cultish behaviors, everything, it was all developed with the community. We had the community vote on stuff during the show. How long have you two been at CIG? I was a contract employee in 2014, and then I became a full-time in 2015. So when you talk to HR, they say I started working here in 2015, but reality was I had almost an entire year under my belt before I was considered a full-time employee. When did you start, Jeremiah?
I was a contractor at 2015, and I think at 2016, I think that's when they brought me on as staff. Like they kept CIG kept extending my contract, and then at one point he's like, "Dude, just wanted to work here, bro." It's like, I was like, yeah. It was getting extended like 6 months at a time, and then they were like, "Dude, you've been here for like over a year now." I was like, "All right, fine."
Right.
Oh, I'm remembering how fun painting is.
Yeah, Jeremiah was laments before each one of these shows that now that similar to how Mark Abent got promoted up out of a traditional bug smasher role, so he doesn't spend most of his time smashing bugs anymore. Jeremiah is an art director now, so he doesn't get to spend as much time actually drawing, actually doing the painting anymore.
Yeah, a lot of the guys just do it for me now.
Yeah, which explains the incredibly low quality we're seeing here.
Yep. Do not disagree. I don't want to draw his anatomy. You know what? I think I'll just give him a shirt underneath.
Like, Todd, we couldn't decide if you had a 6-pack or an 8-pack, so we gave you a shirt.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'll just give him like a partial shirt. He's got like,
Give him a little cut off midriff
yeah,
shirt like from the 80s.
yeah.
He'd go for it. You know
He
he would.
probably would.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Todd has ideas that Ian just cringes anytime he brings up, like onesies.
It's probably why we like Todd so much.
Ian just rolls his eyes, and I'm like, yeah, Todd, yeah, let's go for that. He's like, yeah. And Ian's like, please, no, stop. The amount of times Ian has like rolled his eyes when Todd and I are like talking about all the beautiful things that we can put together.
So would you believe, Jeremiah, that you only have 15 minutes left?
Well, I mean, this is a lot farther than where I normally take, where I've taken a lot of my paintings in these live shows, so I'm not too mad.
I still got time.
Okay, now let's try some of that graphic, that really bright.
I'm not telling him to hurry up. It's part of, like, on these streams, I literally only have one job. Well, two jobs. One is to give him crap, and two is to act as his clock so that he knows, you know what he has to do.
Do we go with the yellow, or do we go with, like, pink? Not sure. Okay, I'm gonna try plotting down some colors here. Okay, no, definitely not. But I think we need to go with like a warm color.
Like a gold kind of thing, like a brushed gold, maybe.
A brushed gold.
You know, like a mustard kind of color, the yellow with a hint of brown in it. Yeah. It's closer along with the color palette you've got already.
Yeah. So I want to now just do a. Okay, how do I want to? Okay, how do I want to accent a lot of this? Okay. I think.
We do have to name this guy at some point. This could be like Todd Blaze or Tinder Todd.
Tinder Todd?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of words that mean fire but start with a T, so we can get some alliteration with Todd. And I can't think of any. Fire-related words that start with T other than Tinder.
Torch?
Torch Todd. Todd the Torch.
Todd the Torch.
Of course, if we did the torch, I feel like we should have given him a flamethrower, not a mine laser.
Whatever marking that is. I don't know what the fire red logo will be.
Pyro Pappy.
Pyro Pappy, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Pyro Pappy. I give credit in the chat, but I can't pronounce that dude's name, so. You know who you are.
Okay. do want to add like.
Yeah, I think at least for like our working title, like for internal, we'll go with Pyro Pappy.
Let's see.
That face scan picture in the corner just reminds me why I never shave.
You look like a baby. You look like a baby. I'm not too crazy about this right now. I do like this here though. Yeah, if I had more time, I would actually like paint in like the burns on his skin and stuff.
Are you going to be in Squadron 42, Jared? Not that I'm aware of. Now, folks ask if I'm. It comes up occasionally, and I'm of the mind that it's hard enough to get through the Star Citizen experience avoiding me as it is. Like, there should be one refuge away from Jared in Star Citizen. That's the game itself. You can't get away from me outside the game, and I feel bad about that sometimes. So, let me leave the game. The game can be the one place where you can escape from me.
Okay. Oh, wish I had more time. I worked on just one because I felt like I would give myself more time, and I feel like it's not enough. I feel like I say that every stream.
Well, yeah, because you gave yourself the time, and then you just used the time. That's how, that's how it happens. It's we use the time available to us, and when you have less time, you work faster, and when you have more time, you work at a more relaxed and enjoyable pace. So. What's that thing you put on his shoulder?
Oh, it's just little extra little flary things. Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
This little thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be like some sort of marking. Could be the Fire Rat logo. I don't even know what the Fire Rat logo is.
I feel like we make it so that if the character pulls up his goggles, like every player character around him instantly goes prone as he exposes his eyes.
Not everyone just catches fire.
We could use the hologram shader and just put like permanent flames in his goggle lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Animated flames in the goggle lenses.
That'd be dope.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I also remember I wanted to...
Don Stiller's like, ooh, is the hologram shader working now? Skull helmet? Not yet. It's still a pretty low priority. I'm not involved in the subscriber program anymore. I stepped away in January, but we'll.
Haven't forgot. I'll just say we haven't forgot about
We
it.
haven't forgotten the skull helmet.
No.
It's just one of those things. It's like, I know this sounds tedious, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. So there's no real rush on it. And like most things in Star Citizen, the longer it takes, the further down the pipeline it is. Usually, the better they are. So, I know it's not always the thing we want to hear, but sometimes the things waiting a while end up being for the best for the thing. It's like people like my favorite ship. I know we did the thing where we voted on my favorite ship, and the community said the Carrack, and so we played that game for a while. But in reality, my favorite ship is the Genesis Starliner. And folks are always like, "Don't you want them to make the Genesis Starliner? Or don't you want to?" I'm like, "No. If I have my way, the Genesis Starliner will be the last ship we make, because our folks here get better at making ships every single time they do it. So the more ships they make before the Genesis Starliner, the better the Genesis Starliner will be." So I understand that maybe that's not the attitude everybody has, but that's how I look at it. I can be patient. What is this?
Think about some like extra fabric. Oh, do I want to go with that approach? No.
I was going to say bell bottoms and a kilt or something? And a sash? Yeah, about 3 minutes.
Okay.
We started a little late, so adding the time on in the end.
Yay.
Kimo the Cat says, "I thought they were supposed to be loud like colored flamboyant." Well, this isn't the color pass that where you, Jeremiah talked about this earlier. It's like you don't start with decals and color and stuff like that. You start with shape and form and function. And so right now he's still working on the forms, that are involved. Color comes almost absolutely last.
Wish I could do everything right now. It's limited time.
Yeah, and like always happens, absolutely nothing in this game can be created in just an hour. So we will abandon this in a few minutes, but Jeremiah will keep it and take it and play with it some more, as he usually does. Finish it off in his own time.
Damn it. More time.
Still shipping Jared and Jeremy? Who's Jeremy?
Is that me?
I'm gonna call you Jeremy from now on.
Oh boy. I haven't been called Jeremy since like 3rd grade. Yeah, this might be what I can do right now.
All right, so folks, we are going to wrap this up now. We have been broadcasting for about an hour. It's about all the time we get. Jeremiah is a busy person, and I do have to release him back to his actual work-related duties. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. We're gonna do something before we go though. We're gonna see if we can't find a Star Citizen streamer, somebody, not one of the big names, one of the small names, one of the folks who's just kind of playing and having fun. I think we've found one. We're gonna go raid Lord Shadow. Lord Shadow. He currently has 3 viewers, but we're looking at him on the side monitor here. He seems super friendly. So he's probably, I think he's listening to this too. So it's coming, dude. Sorry I ruined the surprise. Let's go. Do it now.
Bye.
Before he hears the part. Before he catches up.